So play.
Autumn leaves.
Yeah, let me see what you were doing with autumn leaves.
Me.
Yeah.
With autumn bass line.
Okay, just play. Just play. What you were just doing when you were kind of singing along.
Okay.
So let's do it. Let me see. So what I'd like to do is, let's use what I just showed you. Let's see if we can do it. In other words, we all know that changes are right, but do it just the way I did the voicing. So right. So right, it's root 7 3rd. You can go here or right. You can always just do it whatever version. So when I hear that, I just know what the song is. That's the foundation I was talking about. Now you can play all this with just your left hand, right? Watch this. Let's make that dominant. Now the idea is, once you can do that, because on some of yours you would leave it out. I mean, it's fine, but you would go, then you do this. I don't know, you were just leaving out some of the notes, you know what I mean? Some of those sort of structural building blocks, you know, like I was talking about, the foundation. So if you want to play really more out shit, like, you know, but I still have, so it's really strong. So the idea being that first I would say let's do Autumn Leaves. I'm just going to write out the chords the way I do it.
能知道先？能知道先？Autumn leaves.
Ja, auswendig, aber wenn er schreibt, dann wir sind sicher, dass wir gehen mit diese Changes mit anderen, weil man kann leicht hier.
Ja, das muss anders aufkommen.
Ja, das ist jetzt der zweite Beispiel vom C Minor und oft ist von D.
Ja, was soll ich noch nicht?
Ich meine,
Mhm.
auf jeden Fall.
All right, so it's A, A, B, basically, kind of long A, right? So on this, again, so you want to know. That it repeats, right? That's 8 bars. That's 16 bars of bridge. It's A, A, B. Really, just A, B. Now, so the first thing to do is to really be able to play just like I did, melody and bass line, right? So it seems simple. 1, just melody, bass. Then 2, melody with those two, with our 2/5 voicings, okay? So you can practice it without the melody if you want. I want to make sure you hear that. So you're hearing there, we have 4 lines going on. We have, those are 2, and then we have. And the bridge. So the idea being that I'm going to really hear these 4 voices. So we can do it like a ballad. It's totally out of time. Right, so sit a melody. Right, 2 5s. voices, basically. I think it's a way to... Then, if I want to fill something in, I don't even have to add voices. I can do something like this. I make a little melody on that. I'll go going. Making. Yeah. Just in my ear. Time right now. I'm just practicing. But look how I have my hands spread out and I'm trading off. I'm not sticking with like, you know, kind of going, because it's a big spread, so we're going to do it here. It's mostly kind of 2 and 2. Not always. 2 of that and 2 of that. You know, I'm kind of moving the chords around. But the main thing is to do it. Just be focused so you can really hear some stuff, you know what I mean? So that you can sing it. Like. Oh, that was too much. Because I have a hole there to do it, you know. I'm not doing it when the melody's moving. Huh? It's going to go right to there. Right? It's going to go. Oh, here's what I did. I just do it around that note. Then as you get more into it, sometimes you can just make octaves of it. Stronger. Those are all answering little things. So what I'm doing is I'm playing the melody, I'm making sure, and I'm taking care of the function of the chords. Function meaning 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, in the, you know, 2, 5, 1 in the major, 2, 5, 1 in the minor. That's all it is, right? Yeah. It's just a little movement that where you could go, or nothing, or you know, whatever. So then I just take all these voice things, and then the next step is to think about scales. So then there's scales you go with these. But I'm just thinking B flat major. I'm doing B flat major. Well, let's do this first, so we can get the movement, because you don't have to be limited by scales or chords. You know, if you're doing a melodic idea, That's why I want you to sing those middle notes. So we go. Dee da. So we go. Dee da. And you got a cool little answering way. It's pretty simple, right? It's slow, but man, it's hip as shit. Because then if I'm really playing some jazz. I'm still kind of mixing all that. So what I'm mixing is.
Are you just improvising with this? Or is there a concept?
Yeah, there's a concept.
Okay.
I mean, it's the ideas I've got. For me, I have a thing called synesthesia. Have you ever heard of that? In my mind, I see colors for everything. So I didn't try to do it. It's just I grew up this way. So I have colors for numbers. I have colors for days of the week. I have colors for months of the year, and I have colors for notes. So these are different colors to me. White, yellow, kind of dark, orange, brown, red, blue, green, another blue, green, dark red, darker yellow. So they're a little vague in here, but I just.
How can I get the imagination colors?
We can't. You're either born with it or you're. Now, what you can do is.
But you can. You have the imagination of notes and colors.
Yeah. Well, that came from just. It's just a thing. 10% of people have this thing. It's called synesthesia. Because I also have it. Like I said, you can't get it. It's like saying, yeah.
Whether you have or.
But you know what you can do is, you can listen really hard and see if you see a color that relates to each key. Like let's just say there's a guy that tries to teach perfect pitch. I don't think I've heard this guy, David L. Burge. I don't know if you've seen it. He used to have it. And he'd make you listen and try to write out the color of each note. But I mean, I don't think it's necessary. It's just, well, I'm saying it's all going at once. So the way to get, I can tell you, the way I got here was not I just did all that. I did it just like this. I did it with this. So you got to give yourself the time to build up so that it really all makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just, you can do all that. Well, I think it helps. I mean, it helped. That's the only way I could get there. Maybe some people don't have to do that. Maybe some people can just hear it. But for me, I'm more like, I have to see how it worked, So
how do you know which outside chord you play over A minor B5, flat 5?
Well, I wasn't playing any outside chords. I was just playing colors. That kind of stuff. And I'm just hearing them as like it's the ninth. I mean, I could play it over. I just hear the triads and kind of feel it.
But has anybody ever told you can play then and that outside over?
Well, there's.
I figured it out.
Okay.
But definitely people have figured it out. So the idea is, look, the simplest thing I can tell you about playing outside, which is on my YouTube video, is if you were to say the inside of every chord is pretty much like C minor 7 is pretty much right? There are 5 notes that aren't in that scale, which is an E pentatonic. Those are the outside notes. So it just, I think about tension, there's tension and release, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's only one fraction of what's going on at once. In other words, when I'm playing, I have this thing called the 5 harmonic concepts and theories, and I'm playing at once. So I'm absolutely playing this way at the same time as I'm thinking about modes, which means all of this is all the same scale. So. So it doesn't matter what note I play. However, I'm also thinking there are certain structures that to me lend themselves. Like everybody plays fourths, pentatonics, five minutes. They're really strong, and triads to me are super strong and warm. So to me, I also go by what's in my heart. Like, what's the feeling I want to have on a chord? Do I want a warmth? Do I want it dissonant? Do I want it nothing? Kind of just, sometimes those fourthy things don't work. We're kind of just more bland in a good way. Bland or just. So, but again, it's going by so fast. You can't think like that intellectually when you're playing. It's just got to all be here. But that takes years,
Yeah.
So you got to use your ear. But again, I only know how I learned it. You know what I mean? So when I teach it from the ground up because that's the way I learned. You know what I mean? The ground up,
Yeah.
like this. So if you're gonna be with me for 2 weeks, let's really get this stuff down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get this down. So what I like you to do is play Autumn Leaves chords. And also, do you guys think of numbers when you think of chords? Like you're in the key of B flat here, so it's a 2 to a 5 to a 1 to a 4, and a 2 to a 5 and the 6.
I don't.
That helps you for transposition. So that I can take Autumn Leaves in any key, the key of
But I know that
F sharp, right?
E flat, B flat, and G minor is basic for. It's the basic for Autumn Leaves.
Right.
That's
But
the thing I know, but I don't think about.
You don't think about yeah. 4. Well, it's important to think that way because that's how you can get free. Because it's also how you hear things. Like I hear this as it rests there. It's not resting here. To me, it's got to go somewhere, right? It's got to go somewhere. That's kind of resting. Then it goes in. Now here, it's not resting. It's not resting. It's resting. So I call that tension and release, right? So that's another thing. Well, I'm giving you all these huge concepts, but that's all going on at once. So if I want more tension on this, that gives me more tension. I just think about all that kind of stuff. Like if I'm trying to string it out so that there's as much tension impossible until it resolves.
Back to numbers. When you think in numbers,
yeah.
How do you think in numbers when it's like this?
Oh, that's easy. It's in the key of E flat, and the 6 C minor is because look, it goes to the bridge. See, we're in the relative minor, this is just like Autumn Leaves. We're in C minor, right?
Okay.
I use my ear. I kind of hear this all the way through as E flat.
What number is that?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, you could look at it as 6. This is a G7. It's just a B in the bass. It's a 5 of C minor, but it's the 3 dominant in E flat.
B is dominant.
It's the 3rd of G. Just having the 3rd in the bass.
I mean, B flat.
B flat is what? The flat 7.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. If you hear, let me just think about this. It's not the same every day. Yes, if I hear this is the 1, right? This is the 5. That's the 1 again. It's just got that in the bass, but it's still this heavy. Right? The flat 6. 2, 5, and C. Right? Now we're going to E flat. Yeah. already thinking ahead.
Yeah.
So that's the sharp 4, you know. And you can do it in E flat, or you can give it to like this. But I just see him as 2 5s going to here. Do you understand? So if I'm going, so we're going. If you look at the key of E flat, right? 3, 6, 2, 5. Now we're in E flat.
So 3, 6, 2, 5 are kind of preparation for E flat.
They are. And I just started out here. It's just not good. I'm creating that tension. Those are substitutions. That's another level. But it's not hard. It's just trying to, you know, you're moving it along, so you just want to, you go backwards so that you have more movement. Just like throw a bunch of 2 5s to get to that. Ding, 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 ding.
Where you gonna go this the next 2 weeks?
We'll see how you do. Yeah, I'll play it and you'll have it there. But I mean, it's the concept of it you will learn. Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what I want you to do right now is why don't you play My Funny Valentine.
Okay.
Just the way no, autumn leaves. Let's stick with autumn leaves for now. Like that. Where you just don't even do extra notes. So you get that down. Okay, try that. So you just do the root 3 and 7, the root 7, 3, whatever. Take your time, and you can do it totally out of time. This is just to get these things under your hands. Yeah, don't worry about rhythm. No, none of that shit. Just do the melody. No, the E flat stays the same. Okay, no fifths. We're just gonna do the melody and 3 voices. Okay, that's fine. No fifth. No fifth. Remember these voicings here? Okay. So what? Just do the voicing. It's the same. That's what you're gonna do. Okay. Do the voicings first without the melody. Where's the 7th?
This is
You don't worry about the flat 5. You don't have to play it. Just play the root 7 and
root
3.
7. No.
Yeah. Good. No. Look. But look where you're coming from with E flat. Go to the E flat major 7.
E flat, major 7.
Right? No, but do it from the top and go slow.
Okay.
Just forget the melody. You just I'll tell you when to change each chord. Start with the 2. Da 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 da. C minor. Start with the C minor. Da 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 da. Okay. Next chord. Ba 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 ba. Now the next chord is an A minor flat 5. So all you're gonna do is forget that shit. Okay. That's all you're gonna no E flat. We're not dealing with the fifths. We're only dealing with the roots. No, but we're just dealing with the roots, the 7ths, and the 3rds.
Okay, so.
Now just move your top note down to C in your right hand. Your left hand A. That's it. Now look at that. You have the root 7 and 3rd. It doesn't matter what the 5th is.
Root 7 and 3rd. Right.
Root 7 and 3rd. G minor. Good. Just move that B flat up a half step and make it dominant. then the second time through. Wow, blah, blah, blah. Now, see, there's very little movement. The idea is you don't have to move too much. Now you're going to go to the A minor. It's going to be 2 da 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 da. Make it dominant. No, just G7. Like the C minor. Da, E flat. A minor again.
E minor.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, go to C. Now F minor 7. 37.
F minor 7.
Yeah, to B flat. It's just a cool thing, I'm sure. Now back to the A7.
A7.
No, you know A minor 7.
A minor 7. So, F, B,
D flat.
B flat.
Just resolve.
Major or
No, we just.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, dominant. Yeah. Good. Good. G minor. So. Well, I'd put the F in there just for our little exercise.
That's all.
And I put this. I go up on here. I go up here. This is just that last name. Right. That's it. So now you play through the song, right? Forget all the flat 5s and flat 9s and shit. You know, for right now, we don't want to deal with that.
I'm used
to it. Yeah. Again, those things aren't structural. Those are colors. You know, the structure is what I just showed you. The real structure is the bass note and the melody note. So try playing it just the bass note and the melody note. Now you play the melody and just the bass notes. Da, 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 da. But play the melody in your right hand. Don't worry about the time. Let's just do that much.
It's too much.
No, just do that. But I want you to go slowly, and now I want you to do the melody, the bass, and the 2 inner voices, the 3rd and 7th. So it can be out of time. Yes. And then resolve it.
With this or with
Where's the root? Well, don't do the just do it straight. No, but wait, go slow. You gotta go slow. So we just play the melody. Don't play a chord. Now play the C, B flat, and E flat. Right? Now resolve that. Good. Now play in your left hand, just play the A. Well, that's a tough stretch. But in your right hand, play the D. No, just play your A in your left hand and the D in your right hand. Oh, there you go. No, don't move. Okay. Now go to the E flat chord. The only thing you move is that, and then your thumb goes down on your left hand. You don't move your right hand. No, you didn't get to that chord yet.
Okay.
Play the B flat, yeah. Now you go to the E flat. But wait, with the 7 has to go down to the 3.
7 goes to 3. So.
Let go of that B flat in your left hand. You're going to the next chord. No, where's the root? Good. Do that again. Okay, do you see what you did? You did these things. You're doing these shells, what I call them, okay? But you're not playing anything else. Now try to keep going. No. Good.
Because this stays.
Yes.
Here was perfect. No, B7, okay. No. It was 3.
Yeah.
Now
voice. 7. Good, that's good. Do you see? This is not easy. This is not easy to do it perfectly. And it's so important because what you're doing is you're trimming away the bullshit, and now we're just going to be left with the sticks of the bush. You know what I mean? Then we're going to be able. Then when you color it with the flat 5 and the 9s and all that shit, it's going to have something that's going around. Because the way you're playing it, the way you're playing stuff, you're just playing it kind of corny and just chords, and you know, sometimes you play really hit chord, but none of it made sense. So now we're going to have it all. It's all about what leads to the next thing. It's really about tension and release. This is what harmony is. Harmony is tension and release. Some harmony is dissonant, it's tension, 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 tension. Some harmony is kind of boring, it's just all kind of on the release. But even within regular, simple diatonic 1, 4, 5, I mean, if you just look at a scale in C and play the C triad, right? Play that. That's the 1, right? And then play a G triad.
First, second version. G triad.
No, play a G triad. Yeah, and now go back to the C. And now play an F triad. Now play the G.
This is 1 way.
Play the G. Yeah, no, the idea is it doesn't matter about the voice. I'm just saying that when you take these, those are creating tension in a scale, right? I mean, we're playing, all the jazz that we play is tonal music, right? Meaning there's a root, and everything around the root has to lead back to the root, or it changes key to another root. We're not playing atonal music here. You could play atonal music, but hardly, I never heard any jazz that was really atonal unless it was totally free. And usually there's some kind of tone in it. So what we're doing here, this is really sophisticated, taking autumn leaves and having all those notes move. This is like what Bach did. This is really sophisticated. You know, it's difficult because the brain has to hear 4 lines. How do you do that, you know? You have to hear the melody, the bass note, and the 2 inner voices. Do 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 dee do do dee do dee. You gotta hear all those inner lines. So for me, once you get it going, you're just kind of hearing them as they're moving next to each other. So let's switch now, and you try doing that. Super slowly with autumn leaves. First, just play the chords, don't play the melody with the root 37. Okay, stop. Now that's really rich to me, those sounds, because we're getting the overtones from the bass, right? You know about the overtone series, right? So
Overtones?
overtones, that means when you play a C, you hear the C an octave above it, then you hear the G, then you hear the C, then you hear the E. The string is vibrating, and so it's not just playing one note.
Es gibt mehrere viele Frequenzen, eigentlich Overtones. Wie kann ich das?
Yeah, overtones. So play just a low C. Play it hard and hold it. Do you hear that octave? It's playing that note.
It's there.
You hear that G come up? You just gotta.
G is obvious, yeah, right.
Anyway, just let's start listening to tones like that. It's called the overtone series, so it's very rich, you know. Play the bridge, the B section of Autumn Leaves.
G7.
Yeah.
That wasn't right. Do that again. The G minor 7. To G minor 7. C, right? No, C7 dominant. Well, no, it's an A. A minor 7. Yeah, there you go. Now see if you can slowly, without worrying about time, play the melody and those voicings. And again, you can move, you know, E flat and B flat or B flat and E flat. You can just, good. Where's the melody?
I don't know it's exactly.
Good, that was really good. That's really good. So what we're doing is we're setting up a basis. Now we can start thinking of ninths, fifths, ninths, 13ths. All of those notes do the same thing as these two fives. So let me write. Give me a pencil and paper. Now this is a lot. I mean, the thing is, I'm giving you this information, but it's so much to get down. You know, you might really be better off when we have to finish in about 5 minutes anyway. So we're going to start back at 6:30, right? So here's what I'd like you guys to do. Think about, can you get make a copy for him?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just think about this much for right now. And even though it seems simple or whatever, believe me, to really be able to do it, it's not simple. So let me show you. If you're doing, to really be able to do it in time, so what I want you to do, if you can really do that perfectly, is to try different voices. Different, I mean, different positions. So you want to, what we're also talking about is playing the piano. So playing the piano is how do we divide these sounds up in the hands. So I'm kind of doing basically 2 here, 2 there, right? 2 right, 2 left. Right, but you can do like all the chords of violin notes. But you know, I like it sort of more in the middle. But you can also, if you wanted to do the melody, you can also. You just have to see what you like. I never do that, but you know, I play it where it kind of falls. That's kind of jazz pianos in the middle, you know. But then so. If you could really get that great, and you should be able to play autumn leaves in all keys, which is not easy, but. thinking those numbers, it allows me to do it in all key. So if you say play it in G, C. So again, it's so again, but that's all coming after being able to do this. It's key, man. It's key. Super important.
Can you do it with that song?
With what?
My funny run thing.
With middle notes.
With the middle notes?
Sure.
Very easy.
That's hard because you have that in the bass, so I would do this. So I'm in the double. Two more of those chords. So, but again, it's all, for me, even when I'm doing all this stuff, stuff based on that. Still.
Just playing the third
Yeah, root third and seventh.
and seventh.
So that's a seventh, that's a third.
Yeah. What do you write the chords with?
That's just a G, so we go.
What play the third and the seventh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if there's a tune that doesn't have, it's not a dominant, then you wouldn't play the dominant. But this is just for this exercise, you know. You might just say, I don't want a C minor, just C minor 7, I just want C minor, so maybe I'd go. Yeah, well that's the bass line, but yeah, it's like a C minor 7. It's that because that's how people usually play it. That's really what this. But when you get that bass line going, you might want to play. But here's the thing, I'm teaching you this way to play this way. Now what you can do, but if there are things that don't have, this is just one level of shit. Then there's a whole other level where,
Possibilities.
yeah, you might not play, you're not going to play all of it, but it's still based on that, you know. It's sort of like, again, you're going to have paint over it, so you're not going to see all that. But in my mind, I'm going to know that this is all. is this. Yeah, a lot of times you might not play a 7th chord. You just play room fit. I mean, this is just to get this shit down. You know what I mean? So in order to learn, in order to practice, you just say I'm gonna just do this exercise. It's not real life. It's not real music. This is an exercise.
Yeah.
So that you will. It's like, you know, if you want to be really good at a sport, you go to the gym and you do this on the machines. Well, that's not the sport. But that's what you have to do to get really good at that movement. You know what I mean? So this is so you can get really on. I don't think you'd ever see me on a gig going. I mean, it would work. You might see me do this. It's all based on that, and I know where that shit is. Yeah, fuck him. You know. It's a different timbre. It's fine. I don't want him to go with me.
Yeah.
I want the tension. When I want to go, I want that. I mean, if he does that, fine, but I don't need it. That's the difference between just playing solo. Now, you know, when you listen to that stuff in 1964 live at Carnegie Hall with Miles Davis Quintet, which is the most sophisticated shit ever. Did you ever hear that album?
Which?
It's 1964, no. Live at Carnegie Hall with Tony Williams, Ron Carter, Herbie Hancock, and George Coleman. To me, that's the #1 best sophisticated standards playing that's ever been. That to me. And they're just, but they, huh?
1964?
1964.
Live in Carnegie Hall.
Live, I have it. I'll show you. Let's see what it looks like. To me, it's the best jazz ever.
Emails.
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's this?
Everything this. Very nice. Ja, was heißt das?
Was genau?
Was genau? Diese paar Stunden hier mit dem.
Ja. Ist ja selbstverständlich eigentlich. Ja.
Super.
Also normale Musik lernt jetzt alles vor irgendwelche B-Moll 9 Akkorde. Und jetzt sieht man vor allem von den Besten und der sagt jetzt das Grundsätze.
Right. Er kann das auch.
Ja.
The Complete Concert 1964. My Funny Valentine. That's the best one. And it has like My Funny Valentine, All of You,
Wer ist Jazz dann?
Stella by Starlight, All Blues. I thought about you. Yeah. So Walking Joshua 4, 777. There is no greater love. I mean, that's the baddest shit I ever heard.
Can you still get it in the shop? Or is it?
Yeah, you can download it.
Okay.
You can get it.
I don't want to download it because I'm gonna steal the musicians.
No, you pay for it on iTunes.
Okay.
Don't worry.
But it's great. Yeah. It's
See. Who's playing piano?
Herbie.
I met him
My favorite. You met him?
weeks ago
Where? Here?
in Stuttgart.
Oh, yeah. Did you talk to him?
No, but I took a selfie when he was standing on the stage in front of thousands of people.
Anyway, it's fucking amazing.
Okay.
I mean, to me, it's amazing.
It's pretty advanced.
Oh, it's the most advanced. Check this out. But anyway, I can't get it. It's so advanced. All right. 6:30, guys.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you. Bingo and
What are you guys gonna do now?
please, and yes.
You wanna go eat?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have something.
Yeah, I'm gonna go eat. I guess I'll go eat a little light dinner.
There's
I'm gonna go to
not so far away from here.
Yeah.
Gehst du hier?
Huh?
Gehst du hier? Weil,
You wanna eat?
Yeah, maybe we could together.
ja.
Together.
You wanna come?
Yes.
Yeah.
So here, pause.
Okay. We're gonna eat something. Goodbye.